Welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. Appreciate you for tuning in. So I want to start things off and talk about gun control. So I was having a discussion with a coworker yesterday, and we don't see eye to eye exactly on gun control. But with that being said, I was after we got done with this conversation, he actually agreed with me. So to start things off, I want to just point out that mental health is the number one thing that we have to attack to fix this problem. Not only that, there's a cumulative of problems, right? So let's start off with the family unit. So the family unit has been an enemy of the state for as long as the inception of America, right? It's always been known that a strong family unit was the backbone of American society. So with that being said, what happens when you strip the dad out of the home? Okay? When you offer the wife or ex-wife, whatever you want to call it, right? Money to leave said husband rather than persevere through a marriage and financially incentivize the mom to leave the husband, whether it be reduced rent, all the other programs, the cash assistance programs, the food stamps, not only that, then they get, on top of that, they get child support, right? Think about how massive of an incentive that is for people to just give up and walk away. So they bait the whole situation to where it's easier for the mom to just take the kid and walk away, right? And not work through the problems with the family. No relationship is peachy keen. It always will require some work. There's just no way around that, right? You're going to have your ups and downs. It's going to be great at times. It's going to be bad at times. But the whole premise behind a marriage is to persevere, right? And make it through those hard times and generate the more love for one another after going through hardship, right? So instead of doing that, they have it set up where they can just leave, right? Well, now we have a fatherless home, okay? And 9 times out of 10, what happens to the kid when they're in a fatherless home? When the mom is put in a position to have to take on both roles of being a mother and a father, so not only is she the nurturer, she is the disciplinary, using the disciplinary aspect of things as well, right? So we all know that's the dad's job, right? The mom's job is to nurture, okay? So when you have that situation with a kid, and then you factor in thug culture, being a gangster, taking the easy way out, slinging dope, and shit like that, we get to where we are now, where we have these piece of shits that literally have no morals, no virtue, no loyalty, and they don't care, right? So then we see these events where they're either A, trying to chop their dick off, or they go the other route and they become extremely violent, right? And then we see these events that happen all throughout the states, right? So it's removing guns from people will never solve this problem. We have to start from the beginning and fix the family unit and help these people out, man. Of course, as I'm sure you know at this point on this channel, we know that a lot of this stuff is by design, right? Like, they intentionally don't want to have a family unit because that's extreme opposition for them. So they have diligently been working on tearing down the family unit and creating a just odd culture, especially in certain subsets of races, man. I mean, these people never stood a chance, right? Like, let's be real. I'm very, very grateful that I was raised in a house with a stepdad, but my stepdad was there, right? So he was my dad, right? He was my father figure. So it had a dramatic effect on me. And I was able to get through, you know, my teenage years and make it on to be somewhat successful, I guess you could say. A productive member of society, right? But ultimately, when I sit here and I think about how we fix these shootings, it never is going to be solved by us stripping good civilians of their firearms. All that's going to do is leave them defenseless, right? So we've got to start working on fixing families. And if you're going through a hard time in a relationship, pending the situation, man, you got to work through it. Especially if there's kids in the equation. I remember back in the day, people would stay together even though they didn't love each other for the sake of the kids. No one does that now. It is just so easy for people to just walk away from any relationship, you know, and it was programming I had to break, because for a long time, that's how it was for me too. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Later, you know, that's how it was. And then I came to Christ and got more of an understanding and what a healthy relationship and marriage means. And you don't just throw it away. But I really genuinely believe that the destruction of the family unit is a major factor in which is leading to these shootings. Now, I'm not going to say it is the one and only factor. We've got a lot of other problems like social media and the manipulation via rich people on those platforms to infiltrate these kids' heads, right? You know, so I really don't think there's a silver bullet, but there's one thing I do know, and it doesn't involve taking the protection away from normal citizens like me and you. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you gave me a like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks again. Have a good rest of the day, guys. Later on.